Hi, this is your friend Han here, and it is great to see you this evening. And thank you for all the email that sent them back to me, wishing me my feeling better. I'm having a severe allergy right now; I can barely breathe, and I'm coughing a lot. But thank you so much for that. And tonight, I'm very excited and to introduce another excellent product. It's called Engaged Rocket. This is for my Facebook friends and marketing friends actually, and I happened to get the developer of this plugin. His name is Phil, to talk about a very important and interesting topic, and that is what is Open Graph and what is edge ranking, but most importantly, how you're gonna take advantage of this, not taking advantage of this as a internet marketer, and what are you doing wrong in the Facebook that's wrong right now, not generating revenue for you, and how do you fix it, and this is in the surface, this looks like just another viral plugin, and you're probably thinking about, yeah, who the heck needs another one, right? Well, if you digging down into it, especially when you listen to the interview, you will realize this is a groundbreaking technology where this is the only plugin, as far as I know, as of right now, doesn't the Facebook ranking system does not get affected. It just somehow bypassed by it. In the past, you had to, when you post something to the news feed, it might get pushed down if Facebook doesn't think you I don't know how they do it, but think that your information is not relayed or is not important. But with this plugin, as soon as you does an activity, you will post straight to the top of the rank. So I'm actually gonna let Phil talk about inside the video. Of course, he understands more about this technique stuff than me. So please enjoy it. I think it's gonna be very eye-opening and very educational for you. And at the end of this interview, please watch a short demo by Mark Thompson, which is his partner launching this, and see how this plugin works and how it's going to really benefit you. All right, this is your friend Han, and until next time, keep smiling, and may peace and love always be with you, and enjoying the interview. And until next time, keep smiling. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here again, and it is great to see you here this afternoon. Today, for the very first time, I'm actually getting a awesome Facebook app developer. His name is Phil here to share some awesome Facebook marketing tips with us, and we're gonna learn some insider Facebook marketing stuff, and most importantly, we're gonna learn how do you what are the mistakes you're currently making right now in marketing on Facebook, and how do you do it right? That's everybody's questions. And at the end of this interview, Phil's going to share a fantastic product of his. He's going to launching along with Mark Thompson, and tomorrow, and they have some technology breaking through here, and I'm actually going to let him share during the interview in the next couple minutes before we get to all the excitements, and let's kind of learn how Phil got started with the internet marketing, but most importantly, what exactly did Phil do to achieve the level of success he has today. So Phil, could you kind of take over the mic, kind of share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Okay, thanks for having me on. I guess I would start about 5 years ago. I decided that I didn't want to work anymore in the offline world. Now, I was in sales for a long time. And so, selling anything from satellite TV to home improvement products. And, I love sales because I love helping people make the right decisions, but I don't like pushing anything on someone. So, I was kind of fighting myself on, whether or not I should continue with this. Now, I was really good at sales. So, and I was especially good at managing other salespeople and teaching them how to sell correctly. So using different steps and what to say when a customer says this, or, things like that. So very good at training and hiring salespeople. So I was always in a managerial position. Yeah, so far as managing sales teams. But that just it's really hard on you. I mean, you're like the scratching post of society. So if you can see a cat scratching on a post there, and that's really what you are. So every day you were really just drained, and I couldn't handle that anymore. So I wanted to take some of the things that I've learned in this offline sales industry and apply it to online marketing. And it was really funny how it happened. Was I saw something on Facebook that said they were getting rid of FBML, and I didn't have any idea what that was, but I knew it had something to do with like HTML, hypertext markup language, something, and so there was their own kind of language that they used that people could program their pages. So I was kind of able to take advantage of that by using HTML to put into these iframes that Facebook was now allowing pages to have. And then I met a friend of mine, Daniel Tan. You're probably familiar with him. And we came up with a concept of adding these applications to pages for online consultants.
Right.
And we called the product XTab Apps. So that was hugely successful. And so that's kind of where it all kind of fell into place after that point. So that's a little bit of my story. So while I was doing XTab Apps, so I kind of forgot to mention this, but I got into offline consulting for, online consulting for offline clients. So for local clients, local online marketing, basically.
Okay. And
so I acquired several clients, and those have kind of kept me alive through the years. So I had about 6 or 7 clients when, in March, I actually decided to fire all of the clients. Because, I just couldn't stand working for someone else. I mean, I really wanted to work for myself. And as anyone who has offline clients knows, boy, when you get an offline client, they become your boss. So you kind of have to, you have the knowledge and the expertise, and you can guide them in making right decisions, but ultimately they're paying you the money and they're writing the check. So you have to kind of concede to what they want. Sometimes it's not always the best idea. So I wasn't able to use too much of my own ideas, and I was always submitting to another boss. And instead of having one boss, now I have 6 or 7 bosses. And it just got to the point where that wasn't, in my life at that time, wasn't where I wanted to be. I wanted to be my own boss. And so in March is when I decided to fire the clients and start developing more products for internet marketing.
So do you have any programming background, or did you just kind of pick it up and run with it? Or
Yeah, that's funny too, because in high school, golly, we're going way back now, aren't we? In high school, I learned how to program in BASIC and Fortran and COBOL. But after getting into the workforce and especially getting into sales, because I liked it so much when I first started, I just kind of gave up on that. So the next time I got involved with it, everything had already changed, 1,000%.
Right.
And I'm familiar with using Windows and, that kind of thing, but I just never was into the programming part of it. And I'm still not a programmer, don't get me wrong. So I'm more of a project manager.
Okay.
But I've dealt enough with programmers that I kind of speak their language.
Okay.
And so I'm able to prototype certain applications out, look at what the screens are looking like, what the users are going to encounter. And so I take that and I kind of give that to the programmers, and then they create the product that I envision.
So why, with all the software or things you can do, why did you, Facebook has the most potential? Obviously, that's the kind of one you focus on.
Well, I like Facebook because it's a social platform.
Okay.
Like, let's say with Google. Yeah, everybody goes to Google and they search for whatever it is they search for.
Right.
And they became the dominant search engine. But then Facebook, when Facebook came along, it's more of a you know, I get to see what my friends are doing, and I get to, you know, kind of experience their experiences and look at their pictures, and you know, it just was more of a social platform, and I figured that that was where the future was going to be. And I still think that even though a lot of teenagers don't want to be on it because their mom's on Facebook now, I still think that over the long haul, everyone's going to have a Facebook account. They're going to use that in order to connect with their friends online.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not on Facebook, you're probably living in a cave or somewhere.
No, that's right. I mean, even the kids are on there.
Yeah.
Just they don't really talk with their other friends on Facebook. They use Tumblr or Instagram or you know, one of the other social platforms. But I think is a kind of a rock. You know, it's kind of like the Rock of Gibraltar. It's still going to be there, just like Google's still here.
So Phil, and that's awesome stuff about the Facebook. And I often hear, kind of need to pick your brain a little bit here, is I and other people often hear this term of open graph. So I know Fortune 500 company are taking more advantage of this technology than, you know, average people, small people like us, because it probably requires a lot of money to really take full advantage of it. In a layman's term, could you explain what is open graph and how are the Fortune 500 companies are taking advantage of this technology, where, you know, people like us as an internet marketer hasn't even scratched the surface yet. You know, at the end, you might want to mention, I think you have this groundbreaking through to figure out how to do it. So,
Okay. Well, yeah, you know, the open graph is very important. Again, to put it in layman's terms, let me think now. There's this little thing that came out a few years ago. What was it? You might have heard about it. It's the like button. Mm-hmm. You remember hearing about the like button?
Yep.
Okay. That's a prime example of the open graph.
Okay.
Facebook decided to integrate open graph technology with their platform quite a while back, and everyone's using it now. It's called the like button.
Okay.
I'm sure you use it everywhere on your sites, and most people are using it everywhere.
Okay.
So the way that happens is it shows on a news feed sometimes that you like something, whether it's a website or a video or an image or anything. Once you click the like button, then you know, that creates an open graph story on Facebook.
Okay.
So the way it really works is there's an object and an action.
Okay.
So if you like someone's picture, then the picture itself or the image would be the object.
Okay.
And you clicking the like button would be the action.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a like a picture or like an image. And then if you look on your Facebook timeline, you'll see that once you like someone's image, it'll say, Han Fan liked an image or liked this picture. Mm-hmm. So that's a prime example of the open graph where we're bombarded with that every day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But recently, in September of last year, Facebook has integrated a lot more into the open graph by allowing people to create objects and actions that they determine. So that what they did basically is say, well, not everybody likes something, and that's not the only thing they can do. Oh. They can actually read books, they can watch videos, they can you know, do all sorts of things with you know, with different objects you know, around the world. Okay. Both online and offline.
Okay.
So what Facebook did is allow people, anyone, to create an application. Looks like it's doing it again.
No, you're good.
Okay, so what Facebook has done is allowed people to create applications where they use objects and actions. And they have what's called a preferred developer program, where some of the larger companies like Instagram and Spotify and Nike are able to go in and create their own objects and actions. In fact, everyone here on the call has probably heard of someone listening to a song using Spotify. I know I have. in my newsfeed. So that's another prime example of using the Open Graph.
And Amazon too, like I know I listen to a lot of audio. I listen to audiobooks.com. They always encourage you to, after you listen to it, post some to your families. Like, hey, you read this book, or you listened to some audio tapes or whatever. Yeah, we see all kinds of action on there, but I never really understood it. So.
Right. So you see the actions that someone doing this. Another example would be so-and-so ran 3.2 miles using Map My Run.
Right.
And so that's Nike's version. Another one would be, let's say Mark is reading a book on Goodreads.
So why are the big companies doing this? Why do they want to?
Right. So the first thing it does is increase engagement.
Okay.
With any Facebook, or with all of the Facebook users, it increases the distribution of their application throughout those users.
Okay.
And so it generates a lot of buzz around a certain product or a certain thing, and it allows people to discover things that they never would have discovered without it.
And for me, it's a very sneaky way. Well, are you still here? Okay, he's here. To me, it's a very sneaky but very good way to get free advertising.
Oh, sure. I would definitely say that it's a good way to get advertising, because you're not really paying for the advertising itself.
Yeah, you let your customer do it for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, are you still here? Yeah, your video keeps changing. Anyway, so how and do you want to talk about how did you able to you said that only the professional developer able to come out with the application to this, but I think you find out a way. I think before we get into that, we need to talk about edge ranking a little bit. Why is that, have things post to the news feed? It doesn't really work as effective until you understand edge ranking, because you might never, majority of your friends, if you don't understand this, might never even going to see the news feed.
Right. So I guess you would. It's based on graph rank, which is kind of similar to edge rank.
Okay.
I'm sure by now a lot of people are familiar with edge rank, and if not, the basic way of explaining it is it's an algorithm that Facebook uses to rank certain posts or stories in the news feed.
Okay.
So you can actually sort your news feed by top stories, or you can sort them by most recent. And a lot of people are doing that now. They're either, and the default is top stories.
Okay.
So when you sort your news feed by top stories, or just leave it the way it is, then Facebook is going to determine what's important to you to read based on your interaction with your friends or the pages that you like or whatever. And so the same thing applies here with graph rank, with applications. So you're only going to see those interactions that your friends are having with applications based on the graph rank of that application.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense, right?
Yes. It basically, just because your application posts on the news feed, it doesn't mean it's going to show up on the top of the list of any of your friends, because Facebook have this internal, I guess, ranking algorithm that determines that for you.
Right, and that's a very good way of putting it. I appreciate you helping me with that.
I think that's probably people understand that better, because
Sure. Okay. Well, what we've done is take advantage of Facebook giving us the opportunity to include what's called explicit sharing.
Okay.
And what that means is, hey, I really want to put this on my newsfeed.
Okay.
So in essence, it bypasses the graph rank, or the algorithm that Facebook determines what you should see in your newsfeed, and post that story in the newsfeed for all your friends to see, regardless of what Facebook thinks.
Okay.
And so we're able to actually, and that's something you have to get approved by Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've decided I want to use explicit sharing in my application, you have to tell Facebook, hey, I want to use this. And then they have to go through and look at your application and review it and say, okay, yes, you can use it.
So, and as far as I know, as of right now, that I think you're the only guy got approval for this to using this new technology. As far, I guess as far as this plugin goes, right?
Yeah, you know, I've been waiting in developing this. Sometimes, you know, you always think of an idea, and I don't know how many times you've done this, but the way I did it when I was a kid, I thought of using air conditioning that comes through the seats, or heating that comes through the seats. And it never happened, but when it finally did, I think it was Lexus that came up with it first. They have the little holes in the seat where the air conditioning actually blows through the seat covers, right?
That's pretty good.
Okay, so you think of these ideas, you're like, oh wow, this is a great idea. But then you're scared that someone else is going to do this before you get to market with it. And so during development phase, I was really scared that, you know, someone else is going to figure this thing out. And, you know, by using the Open Graph and putting your marketing message in the newsfeed, without the post to newsfeed kind of thing that really people don't like. So it's kind of like the way Facebook intended it to happen by taking action on an object, and then that gets a story put in the newsfeed. So yeah, I was really, really concerned with someone else coming out with this. And I'm sure now that we've come out with it, that there are going to be plenty of applications that are going to try to take advantage of this. But they're going to find that it's going to take a long learning curve. And most developers that I talk to, or programmers I talk to, don't even know how to do it. Okay. So you're going to get, yeah, it's actually something that no one else is using. And I don't foresee anyone, you know, just coming out with this technology and taking advantage of Facebook like they wanted it to. On our end of things. Now, the corporate giants, of course, they have the money and they have the programmers and developers to do it.
Right. So it obviously took you a lot of time and a lot of effort to do this. So with Phil's technology, I don't even know what to call it, but with Phil's technology here, you are basically, just want to be more clear if you're kind of confused right now, you basically bypass the internal Facebook ranking system. So every time you're taking actions with his plugin, you immediately get a post to the top of the news feed. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
All right. So so as you can see, as if you listen to this, watching this right now, this is a huge advantage as a marketer, because you know with your old plugin, quote unquote plugins, just because you took an action, you join a list, you join a giveaway, whatever it is, and it does post to your newsfeed. But you know what? Maybe 90%. I don't know. I'm just for argument's sake. 90% of people on your friends list or on your Facebook group don't even see that. But with Phil's technology, he's trying to break into here, is that you now bypass that search algorithm. So every time he does something, I think all your friends are gonna see that on that newsfeed. So they got more exposure. And more traffic, more viral traffic to your whatever you were doing, opt-in or offers, whatever you're doing. So it's really something that's very unique here.
Can I interject one thing?
Go ahead.
I think it's important to realize that most of these plugins or these connect with Facebook type of applications that you're seeing now, when you share something on your newsfeed from this application, usually it will say you shared a link.
Right.
And then it has a picture, it has a description, and that's all it says is you shared a link. Well, whenever I see that, it kind of seems to me like some advertising.
Okay.
And people are developing this ad blindness, so they're looking through their newsfeed by pushing out the ads on the side, and whenever they see an ad in the newsfeed, they kind of bypass it, right?
Okay.
So what this does, what our application does, is actually post an action and an object.
Okay.
So it would say Han joined a product launch.
Okay.
Now, isn't that much more interactive and much more, I guess you'd say, makes you more curious as to what that is?
Oh yeah.
Instead of you shared a link.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See what I mean? So it's more of a kind of conversational in nature. So it's more social, saying that you performed some sort of action on this object. So you joined a product launch would be a great example, or you attended a webinar. So I guess that's just another thing that makes our application stand out. No one else is doing that either.
And before we get into how cool this thing is, let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes you've seen people are doing with the Facebook marketing, how they're not properly marketing on Facebook. I think a lot of people are still kind of struggling with this, and then kind of, you know, turn around and talk about, hey, what are the things actually working with Facebook?
Okay, so in the Facebook newsfeed, you'll notice that a lot of pages are posting to the newsfeed, and if you like some pages, you might see that. So if you're marketing on Facebook using a Facebook page, you're probably posting, you know, promotional material to your newsfeed, and so people are able to kind of look through that and say, oh, well, they're viewing how you're promoting a product or you're promoting your service, and they may or may not be interested in something like that. So I guess the most important way to post to a newsfeed, is by being social. And so that's what this application does, is it helps you become social without becoming promotional. Does that make sense?
I think what Phil wanted here to say, just want to help you out here, is that, you know, everybody on Facebook, they're there to socialize, not exactly want to buy something or check out in your servers or whatever. Depends on what kind of marketer you are. And so what is people doing in Facebook is taking different actions. So if you are just promote, eventually they become like app blindness to the people looking at the news feed. So by having things say you read a book, you ran 6 miles, those are those are activities that you do. To Facebook people, that is not something look very promotional to them. They are more likely to click on it. Oh, my friend Robert just read a book. Let's go check it out. What he's reading. My friend just joined this free giveaway. Let's see what kind of free stuff he's getting. You know. So since he's already in action, your friend already took the leadership to took that action before you. You as a friend are most likely to do the same, because you always want to kind of check it out. What is your friend doing, right? You know, everybody.
That's why Facebook exists.
that's why Facebook exists. So I don't know, maybe I explain that way.
Yeah, that's a great way of explaining it. It's hard to explain it without being technical because there's so much behind it. But yeah, that's a perfect way of doing it. Is Facebook is a social platform. So whatever you can do to be more social instead of promoting products is going to generate more engagement from the people seeing your post on the newsfeed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Your video just went off. There you go. You're back. You're like.
I know. I don't know why it keeps blinking off.
You like
using an iMac.
You're like a ninja. Just keep coming. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about let's kind of talk about this product here now. Let's talk about, you know, what can you use this product for? What is the purpose of this plugin first?
Okay. The purpose of the plugin is to generate engagement that you otherwise would not have acquired.
Okay.
So new engagement from Facebook.
Okay.
So let's imagine if I spend $100 on advertising, I'm going to get a certain number of clicks, right? So with using Engage Rocket, I'm going to get more engagement for my $100 that I spent.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the results you just shared with me beforewards, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying for cold traffic for opt-in, for example, is about 3 to 5%. opt-in rate. And with the Engage plugin, you were able to triple it. I think more than triple, 17% opt-in rate. On top of that, you're also going to get some extra viral traffic, which is, if you think about it, could potentially go exponential growth here. So I think that's, if you're going to spend $100 with the cold traffic, or you're going to spend $100 with this plugin, I think you're going to more value to the money. What's the lacking of the better words here? You're going to get more bang for your bucks and by using this plugin, because you get that initial engine started, but then you can just kind of grow by itself, right?
That's true. Anything that can support or supplement what you're doing is something that you want. I mean, every product out there has some way of benefiting you. But if you think about in terms of traffic, if I'm going to spend a certain amount of money on traffic, why wouldn't I want to supplement that with a plugin that's going to help me generate more traffic to generate even more exposure for my product or service? And that's what Engage Rocket does in a social way, so that you're not being too promotional. And so a lot of people are going to see these actions and objects in their news feeds, and these stories, what we call, and they're going to want to engage with it more than if you would any other way.
Okay. So let's talk about the time of the launch and what exactly is inside the front-end offer, and let's also talk about what exactly do they get inside the OTO as well.
Okay. Well, the launch is July 16th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
There are a couple of one-time offers, and I do want people to be aware of those. Okay. The first plugin, first is the plugin itself. Okay, so once you purchase the plugin, you're able to use it on your website, on one of your websites. There's a one-time offer that allows you to use it on an unlimited number of websites. There's a one-time offer that allows you to use it on an unlimited number of websites, and then another one-time offer that allows you to have developer rights to be able to sell these websites or give your websites away. My video, golly.
It's all right. It's working.
Yeah, I have to do it again because it cut off like twice during that.
No, you didn't. I recorded.
Yeah. Okay. You can cut that out then. Okay, so
start from beginning with. Yeah. So what exactly are they getting in the offer or something like?
Okay, so if you purchase the plugin, the first on the sales page, it's for your website.
Okay.
And you can use it on an unlimited number of pages on your website.
Okay.
So the first one-time offer would allow you to use it on an unlimited number of websites.
Okay.
And then the second one-time offer gives you developer rights so that you can use it on an unlimited number of websites and also be able to sell those websites or use them for client websites.
Okay. Okay.
There's a third one-time offer, and that packages 4 other products that are essential to Facebook marketing. So they're not necessarily you don't need it to get the most benefit out of Engage Rocket, but if you're marketing on Facebook, you definitely need to try those products as well.
Okay. Awesome. So I think I have all the questions I need to ask you here today. For those who are still watching this, make sure you stay tuned. Watch the demo video so you know exactly how this thing works. But most important, how it's going to benefit you. I think I have all the questions I need to ask you here today. And do you have any final words before we leave here today?
No, I just want to welcome everyone into the Engage Rocket family. We're going to take care of you, and any questions that you have, we'll be able to support those very quickly and easily. We've done extensive testing with the plugin, so you probably won't experience very many technical issues. The other thing is we're going to be updating this plugin for the next foreseeable future. So for as long as we're around, which will be 3, 4, 5 years down the line, we're going to continue updating this plugin so that anytime Facebook changes or anytime we think of other objects and actions that we think might be appropriate for our clients, we're going to include those in the plugins, and you'll get updated automatically through WordPress. So stay with us and look forward for more things to come.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Phil, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you very much, hon. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, in this demo video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create an Engage Rocket popover which leverages the Facebook Open Graph. So right now we are inside the plugin, and you have this dashboard view that's going to show all the different popover campaigns that you're running on your site. And so what we're going to do to start a new one is create new, and we're just going to give this a name. So I'm just going to do this, just put ER sample for Engage Rocket sample, and I'm going to create the new popover, and it's going to give you this little dashboard, okay? Performance, look and feel, viral options, and third party. So all you need to really do is just walk through these quick steps, and you'll have your popover ready. And so what you can also do is check out the number of people that have viewed your popover, the number of people that have actually opted in or connected, and then the conversion rate as well. So you can see how well it's converting based on your messaging and the images that you use. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a page that I want this to be locked on my site. So I'm going to have the ER sample, okay, and I'm just going to save that. And then I'm going to go to look and feel. So now you have the ability to choose a background if you want to, or no background. So what I'll show you right now without a background is, well, I'll show it to you here in a second, but for now we're just going to use a background, and you can either choose an image or you can choose a solid color. For this example, I'm just going to do an image, and say I want to go with this image right here. And then you have different themes. We have a dark theme and a light theme. And then we have the container, which can be either solid or it can be transparent. Now you also have the option to lock your popover, meaning they cannot access the page unless they connect and share it on Facebook. Okay, so for this example, I am going to keep it to yes, and I'm going to save that. And then we have our viral options. Okay, so we have 5 different pre-designed or pre-approved actions, okay, being Hangout, webinar, free gift, giveaway, and product launch. Okay, these are all leveraging the Open Graph, and they're already configured and approved by Facebook, so you don't have to worry about creating an app. So for this example, I'm just going to say that we're going to do, we're hosting a webinar. So for this webinar, the viral action is attend, okay? And what I want this viral, or the popover title to be is I'm just going to have it say attend webinar. And then I'm going to put in a viral title, okay? So I'm just going to put in reserve your seat private webinar. And then I'm just going to put in a little brief description about the webinar, and then I'm going to choose a viral image. Now this image is what shows up within the Facebook share where you're allowed to put an image. So we did pre-design certain images for you based on whatever object you selected, or you can upload your own. Okay, so you do have that ability. So for this example, I'm just going to choose this first one here. And this is what it's going to look like. It gives you a screenshot showing the viral image, the action, the object, the viral title, and the description. Okay, and so for right now, I'm just going to save that. And then I'm going to click on third party. And what I'm going to do is, because I'm using I'm holding a webinar, we do have GoToWebinar integration. So you could pop your registration link in there, and whenever someone connects, they're automatically getting put on your GoToWebinar list. Now you can also add any autoresponder code, just the raw embed code. You paste it in here, it maps the fields for you, and those people are automatically getting put on your email list. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and I'm going to preview it. And so this is what it looks like. So here's the popover, here's the background. Okay, here is my the title, or I'm sorry, the title here and the description, and then they click to attend. So what would happen is they click here, and they accept the permissions, and then from there they can share this. Okay, so now the cool thing about Engage Rocket is once they've allowed permissions, you won't have that first step anymore. Okay, they'll always see this action, whatever action you want them to take. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to click on attend webinar, and this is going to post publicly on their behalf. And it'll take a second. And now what it's doing is it's going to refresh, and it's going to unlock that page, because I required them to take action or to share that in order to unlock the page. Now when we go back to Facebook, you're going to notice that it's showing up on my news feed. It's going to show up on my wall, and then it'll also show up on the ticker as well. And so right now I'm viewing it as myself, but if you're viewing this as someone else, you'd also see it in this ticker. So it would be in 3 different spots. Okay, so it's very, very powerful stuff. Now the other thing that I forgot to mention is that one of the most powerful features of Engage Rocket is the ability to have it show the action and the object. So it says attended a webinar, or if you were giving away a free gift, it could be, downloaded a free gift, or whatever the action and object are. It's going to show that, so it's customized, and it's not just a general update, which is really, really neat. So now going back to our dashboard here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh this, and as you can see, there's been 2 unique views. There's been one popover opt-in, okay, which was the one that I just tested, and a conversion rate of 50%. Okay, so now you can do this for as many campaigns as you want to. And so if I just go back to the Engage Rocket, you can see I have all of my different campaigns, and then some quick stats just showing briefly how many opt-ins and my conversion rates for each of those. Now you can do that for, you can have unique campaigns for each page on your WordPress site. So it's pretty cool, guys. I mean, there's nothing else out there like this, and it leverages the Open Graph, which is extremely powerful, and you're able to get people to share on Facebook. You're able to increase your email list by them automatically getting added to your list building, or your opt-in list. And then also, if you're doing a GoToWebinar, they can get automatically added to that as well. So we look forward to having you guys check this out, and we'll see you guys inside the members area.